How's it going, everybody? Meriden Gaming here, and we're going to be going over another pre-con deck, the Mutation Station. Now, this deck is all about creatures that mutate, or creatures that give benefits or get benefits from creatures that mutate. Then you have a few extra creatures that give you flying and death touch or life touch to help you overrun or survive. Let's see what we get. Apparently the opponent's still up. Okay, let's see what we got. This is a hand that's not too bad. We've got the mysterious egg that gives every time it mutates, it gives you +1/+1, which is nice. And I can't remember the name of that one. The hemophage, I believe. But anyway, it will it does damage based on the number of times it's mutated, and has death touch. As soon as it's our turn. Alright, first going to play this out because it comes into play tapped and we don't want to have to wait a different turn. Then we can play out the mysterious egg on the next turn. He's thinking. Now he has the ability to tap a creature with that one. Alright, so let's drop an island and play out our mysterious egg. And then we'll play him next turn because he only costs 3. And then this one is just it's okay. I would actually remove it if I was going to use this deck a lot. And put in something a little bit better. Now, this is a really good blocker here. He doesn't have a 1/1 creature, so it can't attack, but a 5/5 creature for only 3 mana, that's really good. And I'm not sure why it's blocking. He's tapped out of mana, so he can't beef up his creature, so we'll just go ahead and block it. Okay, we got another mysterious egg. Let's play that out, and we'll play out the hemophage. And we'll do 1 damage to our opponent. And we gain 1 life. And not going to attack, because that 5/5 will block us. Yeah. I think he might actually have the precon adventure deck. I think both those creatures are in that deck. He's not going to do anything. Okay. Oh, here we go. That will be quite useful. Then play this land out, so we don't really need. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this. We'll give ourselves lifelink. So now we have lifelink and death touch. And we will return the 5/5. He's probably going to block with that other creature when we attack, but it's one less creature we have to deal with later. And he's thinking. Guess he's trying to figure out. I don't know what he's trying to figure out, honestly. Alright. Yeah, there we go. I figured that was going to happen. But we gain a lot of life, so still a win-win. If I just have another way to beef him up a little bit more. Or actually, we could play the one spell that gives us +2 defense and -2 for his offense, and get that creature off the board. I don't really have a reason to play the other two because I don't have a creature to mutate. I'm going to play the land. Yeah, play that. Actually, we'll have enough to play all 3. And death touch. So yeah, so since we still have this, let's go ahead and attack. And he will most likely block. He still has 1 mana, so he might be able to play something, but I don't know if it'll be enough to kill our creature. We'll see. The fact that it's a 4-point swing, it gives this creature -2 to attack, and then us +2 to defense. It would have to be a fairly large buff for him to actually do anything. I mean, there is the 1 cost +7/+7 to a blocking creature. See, that just takes him back up to 5. Oh, he was trying to make it to where it wouldn't kill it, but the fact that I have Death Touch. A lot of people forget that the Hemophage has Death Touch, so you'll catch them off guard with that. They don't face a Mutate deck very often. Because, you know, right now everyone's playing landfall decks. I am not surprised, honestly. It's going to banish our good creature. That's okay. And here's the problem I keep running into. Now we're going to put him in the back, because we need Mutate creatures. I keep getting a lot of lands in a row with a lot of these precon decks. Like, there's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know how they determine the shuffle. But there's like, you know, 6 lands in a row right in the middle of the deck. Just past your, you know, the ones you draw for your hand. Scry 1. He's got a lot of mana. Hopefully I get either the Pouncing Shore Shark that bounces creature, or whatever the other thing's called, because I can't think of. Oh, that's not great. See, look, another land. That's happened like 4 games in a row for me. Oh, he's. Yeah, I was about to say, he thought about blocking, but then he saw that it was Death Touch. I'm surprised he didn't attack. He could have gotten through. It's not a great card for me right now, but if he doesn't know how it works, sometimes I get all 3 cards. So basically what happens is your opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your deck, then you get to pick either one set or the other, and one pile is face down, one pile is face up. See, he didn't know how to do it. He just thought turning them all face down, I wouldn't get anything. Oh, here we go. Bouncing Shore Shark. This is what we needed. And he realizes he made a mistake, so he quit. I prefer people play it out to the end, but if he didn't have many options in his hand, you know, I understand. But yeah, basically that card, if you basically get to pick one pile or the other, one's face down, one's face up, and whichever set you don't pick goes into your graveyard. So it's okay. To me, it really doesn't fit with the rest of the deck. I would actually get rid of it in favor of either some counter spells or more mutation creatures. Now, this is a pretty good hand. We've got a flyer to play out on turn 3. We don't have a... Oh, and we've got our Mysterious Egg. Problem is we don't have a lot of land. But then we've got our Pouncing Shore Shark. And the ability to the Chittering... whatever... Harvester to force the opponent to sacrifice creatures. So if we get this one out, and then we play the other one on top of it, and we keep mutating it turn after turn, that's going to return, you know, get rid of 2 creatures. Alright, I'll go ahead and play him out. That will make all my other creatures, all the mutate creatures, cheaper to play. So that will cost 3. Problem is, I don't have any land. Okay. Well, I can play this out on Symbiote, so now I've got lifelink, so at least I'll be gaining a little bit of life. It looks like he's playing a life gain life, where he gains life and I lose life for each life he gains, is probably what's going to happen. He's probably going to find a way to beef this creature up, or play something, okay, yeah, where he gains life. Because he needs to gain 3 life, and then I take 3 life, 3 damage extra per turn. So he basically just did 6 damage, and he gained 3 life. So it's a 9-point swing. Go ahead and play this out because we don't really have... let's go lifelink. The fact that he's going to have me losing quite a bit of life, I need to have the ability to gain life. And we can play out our flyer to block it. Oh, that's annoying. Now he has the ability to gain 3 life any turn he can't attack. There we go, there's a third land. Well, I guess we don't really have much of a choice. This will allow us to draw a card at least. Another land, there we go. Now we can actually play out our pouncing shore shark. Because that would actually get rid of the 2+1/+1 counters on his creature. He's got a couple blockers. That's going to be annoying. Every time he gains life, I lose life. So he's going to gain life, do 3 damage to me because he gained 3 life, and then do an additional 3 damage for a total of 9 damage to me, unless I block. So that way he only does 6 damage to me. But that could have been a 12-point swing. Him gaining 3 life, me losing 9 life. Okay, let's go ahead and play it out on this. Put it over, and we'll return that so he loses the 2+1/+1 counters. Now he still has the ability to use the gain 3 life with that, so I'll still lose 6 life next turn. Well, no, because he can't attack. And he doesn't have enough mana because he missed his land drop that turn, so he can't gain the 3 life off the food token. So that's lucky. Alright, we're going to play the Chittering on top of Shore Shark, so now it's going to activate both. And then actions, that's going to get sent back to his hand, and he has to forfeit. He'll probably forfeit the cheap little thing. Yeah, not surprised. Alright, so then we're going to attack. I don't lose the lifelink ability, so we're going to keep that. And I think, not this turn, but next turn, or not our coming up turn, but 2 turns from now, we'll be able to play the worm. The thing with the worm is most people, like, they see the, it makes everything -2/-2, and if something dies, they lose, some life. Problem is they forget. And if you kill any creatures later on, those creatures also do damage to their... So if I happen to block one of his creatures and kill it, it's like if he blocks... Oh, he didn't block. If he had blocked, it would have killed his creature, and it would have done, I think it's 2 more damage. Oh, that one's annoying if he has the mana, which he doesn't right now. He only has enough mana to play it. Let's play a land. Play this. Draw a card, okay. Alright, so, you know what, we'll just attack with everything. So you can only block 2 of them. Okay. So we're gonna have 6 damage go through, and then he's going to lose 2 life because of that creature and my worm. And we win! He miscalculated. Well, either way, if he hadn't have blocked it, it would have, he would have died. So it was really a lose-lose for him. Anyway. Alright, got another time enough for another match. Let's see how it comes up this time. I really do like this deck. For a precon, it's not the greatest, but you do have a lot of options, a lot of different ways to win. It's very similar to like the Starry-Eyed deck because it's kind of a stall deck. If you can get the Chittering Harvester and the Pouncing Shore Shark out at the same time, you can really mess up your opponent's board state by sending creatures back and forcing him to sacrifice them. But the one problem we do have is if they have kill skills or direct damage to creature spells, we don't really have a way to counter that. Send that back because that's not going to help us all that much. It's in a great hand, but it will work okay. Okay. Get that out. See, play something out, we can kill it. And then we can play our flying. Or, yeah. Yep, let's kill that. Definitely gonna want to kill this because, yeah, every up he gets +1 to his creature, so we need to get rid of that. Alright. Got our Tome Raider. Ooh, Mysterious Egg. But we're gonna play the Hemophage out next turn, so it'll be 3/3 and flying. So that ought to work really well. And he's thinking. Think, think, think. Keeps looking at my creature. Okay. Well, that's going to be slightly annoying. Put this on top of our creature so it has flying. And it will do damage equal to the number of times it mutated and give us life. Go ahead and play our egg out because we don't have another option. We can block if we absolutely have to with the egg. I prefer not to, just because of the added benefit of every time it mutates, it gets +1/+1. But, you know, it's a blocker if you need it. Yep. Good thing is, we have a little bit more life than he does, so it comes down to us slugging out with those two. This wasn't really the card I want. It's okay, it works as a blocker. Every time it attacks, you get to put a creature from the graveyard into exile, and then once he dies, they all come into the battlefield, but we don't really have a way to sacrifice him at all in our deck. So we have to rely on the opponent destroying it, which when they see that, and especially after you have a few cards piled under him, they're not going to block it. Or they'll block it with something small. They'll chump block because they don't want you to actually. So you really need. He pairs well with like trample or something like that. He's kind of out of place in this deck, honestly. Kind of like the one dude where you get to your opponent gets to look at 3 cards. Well, we don't really have a good option here. I mean, no cards to really play, so we'll go ahead and attack. He does have 3 mana, so he could try to beef up and block. But we do have our little +2 us, -2 him. What's he gonna do? Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. Question is, does he have that +3, +2? Oh no, he's gotta wait. Go ahead and play this out. And that way he can't kill us. He was trying to kill our creature, but this, we don't trade creatures, but at least we don't lose anything. Basically, we're just gonna keep on swinging, or he could give up. He must not really had much in his hand. Well, then he really wasn't getting the land drops he needed. So he was kind of, you know, behind the 8 ball, so to say, because he couldn't get the land drops. Alright, we got time enough to go for another one. "25 minutes is my cutoff. I try to get to around 30 minutes, but that was a really short match. So we can do one more here. I doubt we can do 2. This hand's okay. It's not great. We don't have a mutate creature. So we're going to have to draw into one. But at least the symbiote makes it to where it's cheaper to play. And of course we can return something to his hand if he does play something. Oh yay, flying deck. Although we have quite a few flyers in our deck too, so some of the other decks have a few problems with flyers, but play him out, so he makes all other mutate creatures one cheaper to play. One colorless cheaper to play. It's that, he draws a card. Okay. At least he's tapped out, so we know he can't beef up to try to attack. Okay, play that out. Give ourselves, once again, lifelink and +2, and go ahead and swing. He's probably not going to block. He's got a flyer, and we don't really have any way of blocking right now, so it just gives us an extra 2 life. I do like lifelink, especially when you can make your creature either unblockable or something like that, so it's nearly double the swing points. Of course he's got that. So now we can attack or block. And now he's got another creature, yay! An interesting thing is most people try to use that creature to give other creatures flying, but it can actually give itself flying too. So it's a neat little trick. Gonna play him out because we don't really have another option. Let's see what we get this time. And see if this opponent actually knows how to play this card, or how to interpret this card. And he's thinking. Land or something else. I think we're going to go for the something else because we're okay on land. The land does go to the graveyard, so I mean it's a little bit annoying, but we've got 5 lands, so well 4 with 1 in the hand. That allows us to play out most of our cards. Do I want to block? I really don't want to block. Because I can sit here and hit him for 3. Because unless he doesn't attack with both creatures, I can sit there and we can just trade 3 for 3. I'm 3 life ahead already right now. So, we should be good. Then we're going to play out another creature. Ooh. Here we go. Oh wait, no, I can't mutate onto him. You have to mutate onto non-human creatures. Go lifelink. That will just kind of exacerbate the, we'll be gaining life every time while he'll still be losing. Alright. Next turn, we'll play him out. Basically, he taps. Every time he mutates, you get to tap that many creatures for the number of times he's mutated. Although, he's going to attack, so it really doesn't matter. It would have worked better if we had played a few more mutate creatures onto something else and then played him, but, you know, it is what it is. Mutates onto the lifelink, and now we will be gaining a ton of life. Get rid of something, and now, well, we don't need to tap anything because it's already tapped. So now we're going to attack with all, do a total of 10 damage, but gain 7 life. He doesn't really have a lot of options here, so even if he blocks, we're going to take him out in a couple turns. He's thinking. I wonder if he has anything in his hand or not. Oh, that's a good one. He can make that unblockable, but it's still only going to slow it down by 1 turn, if anything. Although he could block the R7/7, multi-block it just to kill it, but still in 2 turns. Or he can give up. Yep. So like I said, I really like this deck. It's fairly easy to use. A lot of options to allow you to win or to stall your opponents. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, this is Meriden Gaming. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.